We are going to be doing a demonstration today of the Sweet Choco Kit by Skimbolic. The new kit packaging comes like this, and when you open it up, you get a sweet choco powder. It used to come in a separate little box where you had to scoop out the powder. It now comes in individual packets for portion control, which is great. So you actually can just take out one of these packets and you know exactly how much to use per treatment. So I'm going to set one of those aside. Then you also get the Choco solution, which is our exfoliant, our lactic acid exfoliant. And then we have our tyrosinase serum that is our pigment inhibitor that is going to be used in the treatment as well. Now, in addition to these few pieces that come in the Sweet Choco kit, you're usually going to be getting, when you first start, a starter kit. And the starter kit we recommend is going to come with a couple other pieces. It is going to come with the Sweet Choco oil, which is going to be used a couple times during the treatment. One is for the facial massage, and one we add a little bit at the end of the treatment. And one of the reasons why we're adding this decadent Sweet Choco oil, which contains cocoa seed oil and sandalwood, is that there are twofold benefits from this treatment. So one is going to be the benefits on the skin, which is going to be an anti-aging, building elasticity. It really supports anti-wrinkle effect, as well as lightening and brightening of the skin with the tyrosinase inhibitors. And we'll talk a little bit more about what cocoa does, the benefits of cocoa and the key constituents of cocoa that help with brightening effect on the skin. But also we have the aroma effect of chocolate, which actually can create positive endorphins in the mind and the brain, and actually can help to relax the muscles, relax the nervous system, and really calm and really relax the client. So they get that twofold effect. They're going to have this calming, relaxing effect of the facial by smelling the aroma of the chocolate, as well as the topical effects of putting in and using various parts of the cocoa bean that are contained in the various products that we'll be using in our treatment. We also are going to be using the Nutribile cream during this treatment by Skimbolic. It's a lovely moisturizer, very hydrating moisturizer if you are looking for a great one like that. And then we also have our Sweet Choco mask, which is, if I had to pick one modeling mask that I absolutely adore, it's the Sweet Choco one. And this is why, because it smells heavenly, but it also goes on like a buttercream frosting. So when you see me mix it up and apply it, it just goes on so creamy and dewy. This would be really great for even Instagram posts or Facebook posts for clients to watch little videos or little reels. But smells decadent, goes on super easy, and has a beautiful brightening effect, but also just has that great aromatherapy effect for the client as well. So when we're starting our facial, we are going to, so first let me just give you a couple key pieces of information as to what makes chocolate or cocoa so beneficial in facial skincare products or this particular treatment. So theobromine, which is a main constituent in cocoa bean, is really great for brightening. So it helps to inhibit melanin. It also has a it helps to induce serotonin levels, which is a very healing hormone, very relaxing hormone, relieves tension, and it also protects DNA and protects the skin like as an antioxidant from oxidative stress. We also have a few other key constituents like polyphenols and tannins, which help to really increase and maintain the integrity of elasticity in the skin, the elastin. Polyphenols, great antioxidant fighting free radicals. We have vitamin E, and then we have a couple other ingredients, again, that are gonna really help, again, with the suppression of melanin and calming and soothing of the mind. So first off, when we start with this treatment, we're gonna cleanse the skin thoroughly. We have a few different options. One of my favorite new products by TrandMe is the Spot Rebalance Cleanser that contains salicylic acid, enzymes, and it has a few other active ingredients like our Centella Asiatica extract, which is great for wound healing, very good for calming and soothing the skin. It also has a guanidine, which is a form of azulene, which is again great for sensitive skin. So this can actually be used twice a day, very gently, very easily. But I like it because if somebody needed brightening of the skin and you wanted to remove a little bit more of the dead skin cells, this would be a great cleanser to start with. You can also use our Dr. SD Moisture Cleansing Gel, which contains our 5 ceramides, 5 probiotics, great for all skin types. Starts with a gentle gel and moves into a lovely little lather texture. And then we also have our Pro Volumizing Mousse from HOP. And for those of you not familiar with the extra added benefit of polylactic acid, is it is a natural brightening ingredient as well. So people who are familiar with our needle-free filler facial will realize that they also see significant amounts of brightening with the skin when they're doing the needle-free filler facial. So a few different options. I would just work off of what your client's needs are. So I would like to do a little bit more brightening on her skin today. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the Tramby. It is this beautiful, luscious foam. Has hints of bergamot oil in here, so in and of itself brightening, but smells lovely. So we're gonna first do a thorough cleanse of the skin. Now, in terms of using modalities with this facial, you have many options. You can simply do the facial as is without modalities. However, Rachel and I love to combine cold plasma with almost all of our anti-aging or actually just any advanced protocol, because for the first added benefit is it increases product penetration by 24% over the next 12 hours. So this would be an added benefit, meaning any of these positive, great ingredients that you're putting into the skin, if you can increase the penetration and the absorption rate, that's gonna be an added plus for you. So we would recommend using your tonisher or your Dr. Playton. However, you still can, if the client needed a little bit more lifting or tightening, you could use your Time Master Pro, you could use your any microcurrent device, you could even use radio frequency. Again, our treatments are meant to be customizable, so for a particular client's need or the particular modalities that you have, feel free to customize. We like to use our modalities at the beginning of the treatments usually, unless needed or specified to be used in conjunction with particular step in the facial. And we will have that in our protocols listed out so that you are aware of when you can use various modalities. At this portion, after we did a thorough cleanse, we're gonna go ahead and use any modality that we like to use. As I mentioned, Rachel and I love to use our cold plasma. This is our Dr. Playton device. I go ahead and just do a little quick sanitation / cleaning. You will eventually find that even with your best intentions to get a very thorough clean, occasionally a client, if they come in with a little bit of makeup or just a little extra dead skin buildup, sometimes that will build up on here, so the alcohol wipe works beautifully to remove all debris. So I'm going to do a little bit of work here again. If you're trying to do a little mini treatment just to increase product penetration, maximum 10 minutes full face is fine. If I was doing a standalone treatment with cold plasma, I'd probably be doing about 20 minutes to 22 minutes. So we'll start here and we will do a little bit on the neck area. You can use any one of the heads. Right now I just happen to have my large head on here. It just covers a little more, a wider area. And again, the idea is just to, I do about 5 passes on each area and work my way up. So additional benefits of cold plasma, separate from increasing product penetration, plasma does have the ability to break up melanin, cold plasma. So that pairs really, really nicely with this facial when we're looking at an anti-aging brightening facial like the Choco, Sweet Choco facial. So you're going to do 5 minutes on one side of the face, 5 minutes on the other side of the face, or you could do 3 minutes on one side, 3 minutes on the other, whatever you decide to do in terms of your particular protocol, the amount of time that you have and what you'll be charging the client. Next step is we're going to take one of our Sweet Choco packets and we are going to open those up, open that up. Pour that in so into a bowl, along with a half a capful of our Choco solution. Now I'm going to take a little fan brush and mix that up. And then we are going to apply that evenly over the skin, neck, and face. If you had a little extra, you could definitely put some on the décolleté if you want to include that in your treatment. We're gonna leave it on for 3 minutes for more sensitive skin and 5 minutes for everyone else. So this would make a great facial for any of the holidays, especially Valentine's Day, Sweetest Day, I would even say Easter, Mother's Day. Really, it's a very universal. Who doesn't like chocolate? And chocolate's great all year round. If you had a little left over, you could even put it on the hands too, like I said, or the décolleté, wherever you'd like to do a little extra brightening and exfoliating. And I'll just show you what this looks like. So, nice application of the Choco powder and the Choco solution. This time, typically what I like to do when the exfoliating step is occurring is I like to do a little bit of a scalp massage. So I would do a 3 to 5 minute scalp massage right here and then progress with removal using a warm towel or 4x4s with warm water. Exfoliating portion, we're at the 5 minute mark. I'm going to remove with a warm towel. And again, the chocolate aroma is great, equally great for us as practitioners. So you can imagine doing a series of these during the day. You'd feel pretty chill by the end of the day. Great spirits. Okay, once we remove the exfoliating step, we're going to take our tyrosine serum and we are going to add about 6 to 7 pumps in our hand. Okay, and we're going to apply that. And this, in addition to helping with the elasticity and the aromatherapy effect, it has great brightening effects. So we're gonna also then, you can choose one of your modalities if you would like to assist in additional product penetration. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my Tonisher Galvanic Head, but you could go ahead and do a little Time Master Pro if you wanted to as well. That would also help with skin metabolism, increasing the blood flow, a little bit of lifting if you decide you wanna use a little of the EMS. So I'm going to turn on. And then our top, I'm going to push a second time just to turn it to where it's on level 2. And then in the middle button to start. And then you want to always hold your grounds on both sides of the device. And then we're just going to do a little bit of product penetration here. If you needed a little extra slip, you can go ahead and add a couple extra pumps. You definitely will need a little extra serum if you're going to be working with the Time Master Pro in particular, but Galvanic is usually a good 7 pumps, it'll be fine. And this one you could probably do just a total of 2 minutes, full face. And that would probably be at about maximum because it does absorb very quickly into the skin, especially if somebody has a little bit drier skin type. That serum's gonna just really absorb in quite quickly. Okay, so if it starts to absorb in too much and you're at that point where you can't do any more with your Galvanic or your Modality, you could just stop right there. Again, it's not needed, but if you wanted to just do a couple minutes of additional Modality work, you can. So next we're going to apply about a dime-sized amount of our Skimbolic Nutrivial cream. I'm gonna love this cream. Nice gel-like consistency, but a little richer. And then we're going to apply that full face, neck. And this is going to be all about hydration, adding moisture back to the skin. So the Nutrivial cream is great actually for as a full body moisturizer as well. Okay, next we're going to take a few drops of the famous Skimbolic Sweet Choco Oil that is just, I feel like it's actually a kind of addicting scent. So it has our cocoa seed oil and sandalwood. So I'm going to add a nice half dropper full, I would say. And I'm going to go ahead and just apply to the face here, to the décolleté. One of the things I like to do as well is to kind of just rub my hands together a little bit and place over the client's nose and ask them to take 3 deep breaths. Inhale. it's just for an extra aromatherapy benefit. Okay, so now you can perform a 10-minute décolleté, shoulder, and facial massage. After your massage, again, that could be 5 to 10 minutes, whatever your preference is, we're going to then mix together our Sweet Choco mask. And again, this is by Symbolic. It does come with a starter kit. This is going to be a 1-to-1 ratio, so I like to take about 6 scoops of powder, and then we're going to add 6 scoops of water to the mask and mix it up. It's going to be a beautiful frosting type of consistency. So I have pre-measured my powdered mask into a nice silicone bowl, and I went ahead and put some lukewarm water in here just to have it sitting so it's not super cold when I apply it to the skin for the client. So I'm going to add 6 scoops to equal the amount that I did with the mask. Okay, and then I like to apply and work with a tongue depressor. So you may all have your favorite applicator and use whatever you have. You might have a little spatula. And I'll show you what it looks like in just a second. I'm just mixing thoroughly. And it, like I mentioned, in and of itself has this beautiful aroma. And I'll show you what it looks like so you have an idea. A lot of people ask us, you know, how do I know the consistency of various masks, because they don't all come, you know, with great instructions. So some might have like a 3-to-1 ratio or 4-to-1 ratio for water and powder. This happens to be 1-to-1, but I would start just adding a small amount of water and just, you know, consistently just add a little bit more until you get the consistency of a nice stretchy frosting. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. So it literally is super creamy, but also thick. So this is what it looks like before we apply. So another tip for applying a modeling mask and for ease of removal is to use pre-cut gauze masks. So you can get these on Amazon, you can get them at a lot of the different distributors, supply stores, but these are pre-cut. So I'm gonna go ahead and add one here. This also helps if you happen to make a modeling mask that was a little runnier. This would also help it to set up a little faster and not drip down into the client's hair. So we have that applied, and it does work all the way down the neck area as well. So I'm going to start with the forehead. That's just my preference. You can start wherever you like. I just like to finish up with the neck area. So I'm going to apply just like I'm frosting a cake. And then it's pretty applicable because here, this is our chocolate facial. So a great analogy. Now, my preference when working with a modeling mask these days is if a client happens to deal with any claustrophobia, you definitely want to leave the eyes and the mouth area open. For my purposes, pretty much always now, just for ease of application, is I always keep the eye area available or open, also because a lot of my clients come in with lash extensions and I just don't want to have to deal with, you know, any issues with removal and, you know, affecting their lashes. So I tend to keep the eye area open, and then if you want, you can go ahead and put like a little cotton round over the eye area just so they can relax a little bit more if they didn't have claustrophobia without having to actually have it be the modeling mask itself. And again, this goes on so smoothly. It's just a lovely mask to work with. And then I bring it all the way down the neck area. And if a client, again, does not have an issue, we can definitely work on the lip area as well. So do you have any claustrophobia issues? Are you okay if I go over your mouth?
I'm totally fine with that.
Okay. Okay, so then we're gonna cover the mouth area. This just to add a little hydrating and a little plumpness to the the lips. So 6 scoops seems to do a pretty good job of covering full face, neck for most people. If somebody had a little smaller face, you could definitely do 5 scoops. If somebody had a little larger face, you could probably do 7 scoops. So just play it by ear and see, you know, what your client's needs are. But as a rule of thumb, 6 is a good figure. Now, this one, facial, this particular mask comes off pretty easily, but just another little tip if you want to make it come off super easily and make sure that it's secure and works with all modeling masks, I would go ahead and just apply a separate layer on top, and then this is going to make it kind of sandwich in here, and pulling it off is super easy, and it leaves almost no residue on the skin, so this will assist just in the speed of removal and cleanup. So this will be left on the face for about 15 minutes. And we have our Choco oil underneath and our Nutravile cream underneath as an active, along with the benefits of the modeling mask that contains more cocoa powder with more theobromine for brightening and tightening. And then of course our beautiful aroma from the cocoa. Okay, after 15 minutes or so, you can go longer if you want to do a little longer hand and arm massage or foot massage. You're definitely going to start here, the bottom, and I just lift up, and you can see how beautifully the mask comes off, perfectly encased, and of course very little product left, just a teeny little bit what was not covered with the gauze mask. To get any remaining product off, you're going to use an additional warm towel, or you could use some 4x4s. Okay, once you have any residue off, you're going to choose one of your favorite toners. One of my favorite toners, especially when working with hyperpigmentation, is the new Dr. SD Anti-Melatoning Toner. And it's kind of unique because it actually is like in a little gel form. You can see there's little bubbles in here. So it's a little gel toner. Cover the eyes. You can add your choice. If drier skin, a little bit more of the sweet chocolate oil. You could also, if somebody had sensitive skin, you could add a little bit, 1 dropper of the lavender oil by Skinbolic. And if somebody had a little bit more combination skin, you could use the lemongrass oil, or you could also go ahead with drier skin, use the rose oil if you have that. So to keep along with our theme of chocolate, I'm going to use a little bit of the sweet chocolate oil. It's about 3 drops or so. Press that into the skin. We're going to add a little bit more of the Nutravile cream by Skinbolic. I would say a good dime size. A little bit of our Promoter Repair Eye and Lip Cream from HOP. I like to add to the top of my hand and work from there with my pinky. So I'm going to just put a little bit around the eye area. I'm going to finish with the lips. This does a great job of adding hydration and plumping to the lip area. And again, our PLLA does have brightening properties. And then last but not least, we have a couple different options, but my favorite to finish an anti-aging facial is with our HOP All Mineral SPF 50 that has our PLLA, our growth factors, black fermented royal jelly. And if somebody had more tendency to oily skin, or somebody that wants more of a matte finish versus a dewy finish, you could use the Dr. SD All Mineral Mild Sun Protection. It's an all mineral SPF 50. So this facial can be done every couple weeks if you wanted to do an intensive brightening facial or just a maintenance treatment. Again, great for all skin types, very gentle. The exfoliant is using our lactic acid from milk and then our malic acid from apples. So it's very gentle and again, great for all skin types. And there we go. Hope you enjoy this facial as much as we do. For more information, please reach out to us on Instagram at the_STESTI_sisters or via email at stsisters.aomedUSA@gmail.com. We look forward to hearing from you guys and being available for any help and support that you need. Thank you.